All right. Here we are. We are going live on Facebook and on YouTube and on TikTok. This is awesome. I'm so excited to be live tonight. And just wanted to take a few minutes to let things get rolling here on the live stream tonight. This is pretty cool. Some things I want to share with you tonight, and that the first thing, first of all, tell me hello if you're in the chat, if you're online. I've got Facebook, I got Facebook and YouTube over here, and TikTok over here. Just say hello. My name is Dan. I am the Freedom Provider. I'm working and learning about online marketing and becoming a digital freelance marketer, and I'm teaching people how to do that through the LDT method, the learn, do, and teach method. And it's a pretty awesome ride that I've been on, and it's one of those things that you can jump into as well. So hit me a like, hit me a follow, say hello, let me know where you're from. I'm over here in a little town called Talmadge, Ohio. We're just outside of Akron and just south of Cleveland. So if you're familiar with the Ohio area or know where that's at, shoot me a like, send me a hello. Where are you from, and where are you joining me from today? Just want to kind of get a feel for who's joined into the live stream. So TikTok, I see a couple in here watching. Thank you so much for popping in today. I'm going to get started here in just a few minutes. But talking about becoming a digital freelance marketer tonight and what it takes to become there. Corey, Western Montana, sweet. I've never been to Montana, but I've heard that it is absolutely stunning state, and from what I've seen, it's beautiful. Definitely got to make a road trip out there. Anyone else want to chime in? Let me know where you're at. I am. Is it cold out there? Let's talk about the fall of FTX. I'm not in with cryptocurrency, but you know what? I'll tell you what. A lot of people were into that, and I have like very, very little bit of money in crypto. I bought a little Bitcoin here and there. I bought a little bit of Ethereum, and it just kind of took a dive recently. Now, is crypto over? I don't think so, but I think there's a lot of people who have their money invested in that. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not I'm not well versed in Bitcoin and all that. I know with the FTX thing, it was a mess, and it's still a mess, and people are still figuring that out. But that's not what this live's about. And if I know something and I can address it and talk about that, then I will. But I'm not going to delve into topics I have no clue. It would be the blind leading the blind, wouldn't it? But, I wanted to touch on something that is happening in the country that's affecting everybody, and that's inflation, right? I mean, inflation is at 7.75%. And that is taking its toll on everyone's pocketbook. I mean, it's flathead. Okay. Awesome. I'll have to, that sounds like a pretty impressive place to visit. And with inflation at 7.75%, I mean, you can't put any money in savings or any type of investment, to outpace that and see the value come into your pocketbook in a reasonable amount. If you were brought up like a lot of the older generation, boomers and Gen Xers like me, you're taught to, go to a job, get good grades in school, go to college, get a degree, get a job, and then, the house, kids, and all that crazy stuff. And then, eventually, at some point, you're supposed to retire with whatever you've saved up or managed to put away. And, we all know that banks aren't giving any money for the savings you're putting in it. In fact, they're using it, right? Because of the fall of the FTX, according to so the Fed's just raised inflation. Yikes. Yeah, I mean, there's crazy things going on, and there's all kinds of things out there. And so there's elements that we have no control over, right? That they're going to do with the economy or with the money right now that you just don't have actual physical control over. I can't control what these people did with the FTX and all that other stuff. I can't control the inflation rate, but what I can control is my own actions and my own response to things and my own outlook on things, right? I can control whether I respond negatively to everything that's going around me and just watch it implode, or I can control how I respond to that and say, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of all the myriad of opportunities in there. Yeah, you're Corey. I appreciate the comments. This is well beyond what I'm able to jump into. So, and at this point, I'm going to control what I do and what I can do, and I can get on and create live streams, and I can go on and create content. That's something that I control. Now, I can't create the algorithms, but I can learn how they respond and create content that leverages that algorithm. I can control where I invest my time and my sites. Thank you very much, Corey. I appreciate that. With when we're looking at this world, we're looking at all the things that are happening around us. We could look at all the crap that's going on and go, man, everything is like on the verge of, it's a dumpster fire right now. And I'm sitting here with my evening cup of tea as I'm, winding down, and I'm like, wow, I'm watching this dumpster fire. Or I can say, you know what, there's a whole other side of this that is awesome, that is full of opportunity, and that people are taking advantage of. And so, I'm looking at this. I just Googled U.S. inflation, came to this cool Y charts, and it shows 7.75% inflation. Well, there's no savings that I have that's gonna beat that, and I'm not gonna get a raise that outpaces inflation, right? Could you imagine if you were working, let's say, a salary or even an hourly job, and they said, we're not just giving you you'd be ecstatic if you got like a $7 raise, but if they said, we're giving you a 7.75% or an 8% raise to keep up with inflation, that would be mind-boggling. But no company is going to do that, because every company that's employing that has employees, they're paying, if they are paying for healthcare and all that stuff, they're paying a certain amount of that, but then they're also trying to keep as many employees as they can working, while at the same time trying to keep themselves afloat. And this inflation is hitting companies' pocketbooks too, because if they're running any type of building, all the supplies and everything that they're buying, and gas and all that stuff, everything that we're experiencing, businesses are experiencing as well. So as an employee, I don't expect any type of raise even close to 7.75% to keep up with inflation. So everybody's getting hit in the pocketbook. Everybody's getting hit in the wallet. And so what are you going to do? Are you going to save your way to prosperity? Well, you definitely need to live below your means, right? And then you also need to, you do need to save when you can. But there's a huge amount of people right now that you're just getting by paycheck to paycheck. And I think the common phrase was, a lot of people in this world are one emergency away from just completely being bankrupt and done for. And that's a scary thought. And so what do, right? You can control your own actions, and you can control where you invest your time. You can control where you focus your time on, right? If I wanted to, instead of doing a live stream tonight, I could be on a video game and playing my Xbox, which I love. I've played Halo since it came out, and I love Halo. I'm big into Skyrim. I love Skyrim and the whole realm of it. It's just a beautiful, well-created game. But if I spent all my free time in there, with the exception of going live streaming my games, which I'm not that great of a gamer. In fact, at 46 years old, I'm kind of dogging it. I mean, I'm lucky if I do well in a game. My some of the guys I game with, they carry me, so to speak. But what does that have to do? That if I choose to invest all my time there, then I'm not making any change to my existing life right now. Okay, so what do I do? I'm choosing to take social media that I've caught myself scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and I've chosen to begin to leverage that and take myself out of the consumer, essentially grabbing myself by the shoulders and saying, hey, I'm taking you out. You're not going to just consume all the time, and we're going to put on a new jacket, and that jacket is called the creator. And transitioning from the consumer to the creator is where there's probably thousands of people or more, maybe I don't even know how many content creators there are out there. But when people start to transition to the creator role, that is when you can begin to change your life. You can elevate your life. You can actually make money, and you don't have to have a massive following by changing that role and actually leveraging social media that you're on all the time anyways, by learning it, understanding how they market, how they do things, and then finding products and stuff that you could market that you don't even have to buy. You don't even have to own them. So what am I talking about? Well, it's called freelance digital marketing. And this freelance digital marketing is also called affiliate marketing. It's called a couple different things. It is worth $12 billion right now, and it's currently growing very rapidly. At the end of 2020, at the end of this year, I think it was on pace to, I think that originally was projected to be at 8.2 billion. Here's the cool thing. With affiliate marketing, there are over 80% of brands right now that are actually offering, they want to partner with content creators, and they want to partner with you and say, hey, I don't want to spend all this money advertising. Can I partner with you, and then you do the marketing, and then if I'll pay you to market the product. Is that, I mean, wouldn't it be pretty cool to earn off of something that you're already using, or get in on this $12 billion industry? I mean, even if you just got a small percentage of that, it would be a great side hustle that you could do in your spare time and be remote. I mean, I'm doing this on a cell phone. I mean, has anybody heard Gary Vee when he talks about, like, He holds up a cell phone to the audience. I've lived through this era, so I know exactly what he's talking about. But he holds up a cell phone to the audience. He goes, "What you have in this device that you're watching me on right now has more computing power than Ronald Reagan had to run the free world in the 80s." What? But it's true. I mean, if I was jumped back into 1985, okay, to do everything that a cell phone does nowadays, one, the technology would be massive. And then two, I would have like so many different devices. You got your calculator, you have your phone, and then you have your computer to search the internet. You would have your fax machine to send and receive communications, or just actual snail mail. Because, I mean, and then you would have, imagine you would have two different types of cameras. You would have a photo camera that would be on film, and then you would have a whole giant video camera. I had one of these. It was a super VHS. Well, there was just a VHS reporter, and this thing was like the shoulder mount, and you would look through the lens and stuff, and then it took these giant cassette tapes that you put in there, and the video quality was garbage, but we could do it, and it was awesome. In fact, that's where I started messing around with videos and stuff. In high school, I started recording stuff and got together with a couple of friends, and next thing you know, we were producing little high school TV shows called THS TV, Talmadge High School Television, and we had a blast. It was so fun. It was almost like a little Saturday Night Live / like news announcement roundup for the week, and we had fun doing that. But to have a cell phone that did all this, back then you'd have everything, and that doesn't even include like all the music. I mean, we had CDs and Walkmans, cassette tapes and stuff. It was just crazy. So you have so much power in this little device. Now you can post with very little effort and very little time. You can post videos to all kinds of different social platforms, photos. You could restart a podcast from your phone. It's mind-blowing what you have the ability to do, but we just like to consume. You can change the world with the device in your hand, or you can let it change you. I mean, and that's where we're at, right? So do you want to change the world around you, or are you just going to let it keep happening? You know, are you going to, and quite honestly, this may not be a popular opinion, but you could you get to the point to where it's like, you can be the victim or you can be the victor. You can be the one who takes life by the cojones and says, I'm going to change my destiny. I'm going to control where I'm going, or I'm just going to let life happen to me, right? And so with affiliate marketing, with freelance digital marketing, this is an ability to jump into something and actually control what you're doing, what you're putting out. You leverage social media and actually get people to consume your content, and you spend your time in creation rather than in consumption. The cool thing about affiliate marketing, and this is why I think it's set to change so many people's lives, is the fact that when you're looking at a business, that business has to create a product. Then they have to stock their shelves with that product. Then they have to sell that product. They have to market that product. And selling and marketing the product is where they make the money, right? But then they have to do customer service. They have to do order fulfillment. Then they have to, deal with, when they do order fulfillment, they got to deal with all the shipping and logistics, and so on and so forth, right? Well, when you're doing affiliate marketing, you just find that company and you say, hey, I'm just going to do the marketing, income generating aspect of that. And if they'll give you a link, you promote that link, and then when they get those sales, that's when they pay. That's when they pay out. So it's pretty cool. And I have been learning all about this and teaching it. The LDT method is learn, do, teach. And it seems a little too simple, but it actually applies to so many things when you're starting off, and it's a way to fast track how you learn and then process information. So it's one thing to learn, and this is what happens is we get into these modes all the time where we pull up, we just consume information, and so we're learning it, we're absorbing it into our mind, and then we don't do anything with it. Well, that information comes and goes really fast. So it's the information that you take and actually you learn it, but then you actually do it and apply it. Okay. Once you start applying what you've learned, that information becomes ingrained into your mind, and it's becomes a little bit more, it stays longer, so to speak. Okay. So the LDT method is even better, because once you've learned it and you start practicing it and doing it, the third phase is when you start teaching it. And this is why you're going to see a lot of affiliate marketers teaching products and stuff, is because once they learn and do, the next logical phase is to teach. Because when you start teaching, that is when it really solidifies. It's one thing to learn it, it's one thing to do it, but it takes a whole nother level to start teaching people what you're learning and how you do it, because then you have to articulate with the words coming out of your mouth what you're actually doing, and it requires a lot more cognitive power, but at the same time it propels you and helps you actually master what you're currently doing. So what I'm teaching is affiliate marketing, freelance digital marketing, and I am partnering with someone that has this amazing course. Now, I don't want you to buy the course, because quite honestly, there's a lot of courses out there, and you could jump into the course and say, okay, this is a waste of time. However, he has this free 90-minute training. You can go through this thing in 90 minutes. You can learn his 8 secrets to how he made $400,000 in a year with affiliate marketing. And at the end of that, you can decide if it's something that's right for you. If this is something that you're gonna use to propel yourself forward. In fact, I think even at the end of this course, this is the coolest thing. You could apply to become an affiliate right away and promote his link direct to social if you wanted to. Now, that's the most rudimentary way of starting your business in 90 minutes. But you could follow my link, thefreedomprovider.com. The link's in the bio. You can opt in and then go to the page and sign up for the 90-minute affiliate challenge. You do that for free, and you could go through that in 90 minutes, and at the end of it, apply to become affiliate, and boom, you could get started and earn while you learn. And if at the end of the 90 minutes you realize, oh man, this isn't right for me, well, you know what? There's no skin in the game. You have no skin in the game other than you tried something out. It's not like a 15-day challenge. It's not like you're investing 15 days or it's spread out over that. It's not like you've committed a huge amount of money. You just take 90 minutes of your time. And then at the end of that, you can know if you want to take part of a $12 billion industry and actually try to carve your slice out of that and earn it for yourself. 90 minutes at the end, and you go, okay, this is pretty cool. I think affiliate marketing would be awesome for me. At the end of that, you could then learn how you can start leveraging and learning high ticket skills, and then begin to take those and start changing from being the consumer and start being the creator. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm tired of dealing with this high inflation rate where it's just money coming out of everybody's pocketbook. And you can tell there's a huge shift in the economy. There's a lot of people that aren't working in the traditional job space because they're discovering ways to make money online. The NFT space was cool for a little while, but that has not come to fruition. But it's not going away either, though. I think in the next, 5 years, it's going to come back in a different form that's going to be more utilized for like the masses and more accepted. But as for high ticket affiliate marketing, the skills that you learn from jumping into that and becoming a freelance digital marketer are invaluable. What I'm learning and also teaching, I'm doing the LDT method, learn, do, teach, right? Is I'm learning content creation. I'm learning copywriting. I'm learning the different ways to market on different platforms and how to have conversations with people. Do I have it all mastered? No. I don't think I ever will. But here I am at 46, 47 years old. And it feels like I'm starting over again. It feels like I'm starting life fresh. But you know what? This is fantastic. And let me tell you, anybody that's on here right now watching and you feel like you've missed your calling or you've missed a certain aspect of your life because you didn't achieve what you wanted to in the time that you have, let me tell you right now, I'm in my late 40s and I feel great, and I'm starting new things, and my priorities have changed from when I was 30 and when I was 25 and when I was 18. You know what I mean? So you got to play the long game. Take care of yourself, try new things, and get out there and give some of these things a try, because and don't be in a hurry. I guess that's the other thing too, because I am starting, as I'm going through these live streams and learning all about freelance digital marketing and now teaching people how to do it. This is something that I'm not trying to make a quick buck or something. I want to genuinely help people begin to change their lives and begin to make learn lifelong high income skills. Because at the end of the day, if you buy a course from me, but you feel like I ripped you off, that doesn't help me, and it doesn't help you either, right? So that's why I love the Brian's program that I've partnered with, because it starts off with a free 90-minute challenge. Now there are some upsells that you could jump into if you like at the end you go, man, this is right. This is what I want. I want to jump into this. Take them. But if not, that's no big deal. But here's the thing. I'm in this for the long haul. I don't want to. I'm tired of like jumping around from thing to thing. I'm not doing drop shipping. I'm not going to be trying to hit people up for crypto investing, because I know that that's just not going to, one, it's not my skill set. I have no clue, and nor do I have a desire to learn about all the crypto markets or trading or anything like that. And there's going to be people when you get in this road or start down this line where you start, they'll hit you up for crypto trading here and there, and it's like, no, that's not who I am, and that's not what I do. So I'm not jumping into that, because I like high ticket affiliate marketing. I'm all about affiliate marketing, and the reason why I am about that is because, one, I've been working at a job for 22 years, and I work for a company that does medical sales and orthopedic implants, and it's a cool job. But over time, there will come a day, whether it's my choosing or not, where I will not work at that company anymore. I love the people I work with, but you know what? To everything that there's a beginning, there's an end. And so while I have this job, and what I'm also learning things in the background. I'm learning things in my evenings and weekends on how to leverage my time on social media, leverage my changing from consumer to creator, and then working with people to try to help them learn high ticket income skills as well. So if you're interested in making a change and getting away from just the constant high inflation, not enough money week to week, and you want to you say that there's something's got to change, I can't do this anymore, then you owe it to yourself to give a 90-minute a course a try. And if it's not right for you, well, then that's okay. You've tried something and you know. It's way better than not knowing and just letting another 6 months to a year slip by, and then coming back again going, I wonder what if. I wonder what if. At least you give it a try and you say, I didn't like that at all. Well, great. It's like trying a new food or something like that. Man, that was horrible. But try something again. Like, perfect example. Okay, perfect example. I, as a side hustle, I've been involved with videos all my life. So I started recording weddings a long time ago. Started shooting weddings. And this past weekend, I shot this wedding, and it was at a brewery up in Cleveland. Tiny little place. But this guy, this chef there, he was creating some very interesting food. I think it was like Middle Eastern or something like that. But I may have had tofu once before in my life. And he put out this huge spread of food, and I've been there all day, so I'm going to eat, right? So trying new things here. I'm going through and I'm pulling out, putting stuff on my plate, and he's got this tofu there, and I'm like, I don't know what is tofu anyways, right? I threw it on my plate and I tried some other things and I gave it a try, and I was like, damn, that was awesome. It tasted great. And then he also had a really like a sauce or something that was like really spicy. He had some like special peppers from like Syria or something like that. Man, those were hot. But it was tasty. It had good flavor. And here's the thing. I could have easily snubbed my nose at tofu. I'm not going to try that. But this guy knew what he was doing and how to cook it, and I was like, that was delicious. So, and then he had this like special way he cooked the rice, and then there was chicken. It was just so good. Point being, I took a risk. I tried something that I didn't think I would like, but I was like, well, give it a shot. And now I discovered, man, that was pretty good, and I want to go back to that brewery and just order something off his menu, actually pay for something, because here I was shooting it for a wedding. But so if you're on the fence and you're like, man, I would love to figure out if I can earn, if this affiliate marketing, if this becoming a digital freelance marketer would be worth my time, then a free 90-minute training, you could figure it out and know at the end of 90 minutes, man, yeah, I could do that. Brian's course is pretty cool, and he talks about like going through the stages of uninformed optimism, where we get all jazzed up, like, yeah, I'm going to do this and I'm going to make millions of dollars. Then we kind of understand. Once we get into it a little bit more, we discover, oh, there's this informed pessimism where it's like, there's work involved. Yeah, there's work involved. It's not like there is no such thing in the world where you can just say, yes, I want the money, and then all of a sudden money starts coming into your bank. That would be so great. Wouldn't it? But it doesn't work that way. So you'll go through this phase of uninformed optimism, where you're just like all jazzed and you think it's gonna be super easy and you're gonna make a ton of money. Then you start learning a little bit more about it. Then you get into that informed pessimism, where you're like, oh, this is gonna take some work. Then you kind of dip into what he calls the valley of despair, where you get into it and you're like, okay, I'm into the trenches, and you start hitting some obstacles because there's a learning curve and there's things that you don't know and that you're learning about and you're discovering, and you're going to run into setbacks. And when those happen, that's when you go, okay, shoot, I don't know if this is right for me. And you start looking around to the left and to the right, and you see different opportunities pop up, and you go, oh, that is pretty. Oh my gosh, that's pretty over there. And it's called shiny object syndrome. And you see something over there. It's like a dog, the dog from Up, Doug. And he's like talking, then all of a sudden he's like, squirrel, squirrel. We don't want to be Doug, but sometimes we are, just out of instinct, right? And the problem is when you get into that valley of despair and things get difficult, you kind of have to push through it to where you overcome those hurdles and get to start achieving some success. Because if during the valley of despair you start looking at those other offers and you start seeing them and how well they are marketed, that's when we can jump off our path and jump onto something completely new and jump right back in and reset the cycle, and then you're back into uninformed optimism. And you think, oh, well, this new program does things differently, and that's my shortcut to success. And then you repeat that process of, let's say, you look at this offer and it's affiliate marketing, and then you run into an obstacle, then you hit that wall and you go, okay, I'm jumping to the next thing. You jump to the next thing, and it's, let's say it's drop shipping, and the next thing you know, you think, oh man, I'm going to make all kinds of money with drop shipping. Well, then once you get into so far down, it's like, ooh, that ain't going to work. And then you're on to the next thing, and it's a cycle. It's a vicious cycle. So I highly discourage people to stay away from the shiny object syndrome. And so today, check out the website, thefreedomprovider.com. That's my webpage. You just opt in. It's going to teach you a little bit more about Brian's course, the 90-minute affiliate challenge. And then if you're interested, put your email in there and then jump over to the 90-minute page and sign up so you can have your login and regular access to that. Go through the 90-minute challenge and check it out. See what you think. If you like it, you can apply to become an affiliate right after that, and then begin marketing that. Now, there is opportunities to take a premium course along the way that it comes with bi-monthly meetings. So if you go for the premium course, which is an upsell, that has a tremendous amount of training modules in it, but it also has an opportunity to connect with a bunch of other marketers who are currently doing this, and then you can ask questions. You can hear, kind of what they're going through, and then you can also, it's almost like a way of seeing into the future, because you can see what marketers who are further along in the process are doing, and you can see their struggles, and then you can kind of ping off of some of them and be like, hey, I need some help in these areas. So I highly recommend you check out the 90-minute affiliate challenge first, and if it's right, then you might want to go in further. And then if you opt into my email list and you're going through it and you have questions, shoot me an email. I'll be happy to talk to you more about it. And I'm open to train and teach and discuss. I'm starting a Facebook group. I've actually just started it, but I haven't invited anyone to it yet. But I'm going to be creating this community where this regular training happens every week, and it'll be a major resource to people, where all this nuggets and tips that I've been gathering over the years, it's going to be a depository right there for people to use and communicate, help train each other, help get guidance on the problems we have. and also a resource for those who are starting off. So, have any questions, let me know. Check out thefreedomprovider.com. And if there's any questions now, hit me up in the chat or give me a like and a follow, and we'll continue to talk afterwards. But it is time for me to wrap this thing up, and I really appreciate you being here today. This is Dan with the Freedom Provider. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and check it out. It could be life-changing for you. So thank you so much. Take care.